to achieve massive wealth. That's what he wanted. He wanted wealth and fame. And he was persistent and consistent with putting forth effort on his road to get there. So even when he failed, his persistence was finding a new plan. And in doing so, when you have that persistence, the law of attraction kicks in. You see, persistence is like making a decision that I'm going to do it, that's it, period. When you make that decision, I'm going to do it, that's it, period, like Ray Kroc did. When you have that persistence, the universe, this person's serious, and then they will conspire. Japanese proverb says this: all 7 times.
Watch what happens to brown fat when you drink this, rosemary. Most people only use it on chicken or potatoes, but
says this: fall 7 times, stand up 8. It doesn't make a difference how many times you get knocked down. All that matters is, are you going to get up again? Which means all that matters to success is, are you persistent? Never confuse a single defeat with a final defeat. Think about it. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times. He made 10,000 attempts to create the incandescent light bulb, like trying to find a filament and a way of the vacuum of the air and so forth. And every time he made an attempt, the filament would burn out. It failed. And then he would try it again. He did it for years, 10,000 attempts before he figured out the right combination of filament and air and shape and so forth and so on, an electrical current that would actually make the bulb burn and not burn out. That way it could burn for, thousands of hours. 10,000 attempts and 10,000 failures. And they asked Edison, how does it feel 10,000 times trying to create the incandescent light bulb? And he said, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I successfully found 10,000 ways it didn't work. He said, every time I failed, I knew I was closer to success, because in every failure, I learned something, which got me closer to success. This is what persistence is. It always seems impossible until when you have persistence, impossible doesn't exist. There's no such thing as impossible, because you are committed. You have a commitment. You are persistent. You are consistent with your efforts. This is the axiom in my book, Nuggets of Gold. Do the right things long enough consistently. That's the definition of persistence, doing the right things long enough persistently. Einstein said, it's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer than other people. Let's put that in another way. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I'm more persistent at solving a problem than others. Albert Einstein. And that's a perfect example of success. So Ray Kroc was an interesting fellow, 52 years old, broke, programming his mind by listening to positive, motivational, inspirational audio recordings, back then it was records, in the morning and at night. I did the same thing. I learned this technique back in the early or mid-70s. And what I did was, back then we had a cassette player. And I got a cassette player, and I got positive, motivational, inspirational cassettes by Earl Nightingale, by Jim Rohn, by Zig Ziglar, by Ed Foreman, by Charlie Tremendous Jones, by Cavett Robert. There was a lot of guys back then that were motivational and inspirational. Dennis Waitley, The Psychology of Winning was his program. And I got these, Brian Tracy, there's a bunch of them. And I got these audios, and I would, before I went to bed, I had several of these tape recorders. And before I went to bed, I would put the play button on the cassette, which was right by my head, right by the head of the bed. And I shut off all the lights, and I tried to go to sleep, and I went to sleep while that tape recorder was playing. And it was saying, "You can do it. You're a winner. Winners never quit, and quitters never win." In other words, winners are persistent, quitters are not. And I would program myself, because I learned that when you go to sleep at night, your brain waves start going down. They go down from, most of the time, beta, which is where you're in the analytical mind, go into the alpha state, theta, and then delta. And as the brain waves slow down, your left and right brain hemisphere begin to sync up. And as you get into that alpha state, in between alpha and theta, there's a perfect connection between the right and left brain hemisphere. So when you're listening to things, it goes into both sides of the brain. You could say it's bypassing the analytical mind and it's going into your subconscious mind. You're programming yourself for success. Sometimes it takes more than a few days. Sometimes it takes, as Ray Kroc did, decades of programming himself before you see the results. But boy, did he get results, didn't he? Became one of the wealthiest guys in America, a founder of one of the largest corporations ever, and one of the greatest American success stories of all time, or worldwide success stories for that matter. An amazing story. And he started at 52 with nothing but failures in his past. Think about that. If he can do it, you can do it too. So I programmed myself, but I also had another tape recorder that was set on a timer. I had the timer that was plugged into the wall, and you plugged in the previous to when I actually wanted to get out of bed. And the reason why, the cassette on one side was 30 minutes. So I knew when it was over, it was time to get out of bed. So I would be asleep when I started hearing this, which means it was going right into my subconscious mind. And as I woke up, I would go right into the alpha state because I was in bed, and I was listening and programming myself for success. By the time that 30 minutes was done, I jumped out of bed, threw my hand in the air and said, "Life is fantastic. I feel great. Today's a winning day. I am a success. I'm happy, healthy, and fantastic." Something like that. Then I would take the tape recorder, had another one, had another tape in it, I'd go into the bathroom, and I'd play the tape recorder in
The company that has remained steadfast and kept the right principles. The company headed toward the world with the right principles. The company that grows with its customers and shares generously. We are Atomy. Atomy, which has been growing ever since its establishment in 2009, is a global network marketing company with a presence across the globe. Atomy's #1 goal of going beyond customer satisfaction to customer success continues to be its top priority to this day. Providing good quality products at reasonable prices, Atomy's competitiveness lies in the nature of distribution. The absolute quality and absolute price product philosophy that Atomy has practiced since its inception is included in all of its products, such as health functional foods, beauty, living, food, fashion, home appliances, and more. Atomy Hemohim surpassed 2 trillion Korean won in cumulative sales, ranked #1 in domestic health functional food exports. Developed as part of a national project by the Korea Atomic Energy Research Institute, Hemohim holds 23 international patents and made history in 2023 by being the first in the country to offer dual health benefits, immune boost and fatigue relief. Absolute Cell Active Skincare, a flagship product, has surpassed 1 trillion Korean won in cumulative sales. It received the King Sejong Award from the Korean Intellectual Property Office, a first in cosmetics, and was named a world-class product for next generation by the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy. Atomy prioritizes customers, earning customer-centered management certification for 3 consecutive years, a rare industry feat. Since opening its US branch in 2010, Atomy has grown into a global hub, linking producers and consumers worldwide through 27 branches in Asia, South America, Oceania, and Europe. Atomy products have proven overwhelmingly popular in international markets, achieving the top export ranking for health supplementary food and health supplements. Following the $300 million Export Tower Award, the company reached cumulative exports of $1.8 billion in 2024. After launching its EU branch, Atomy plans to expand globally, focusing on Africa, Central and South America, and other emerging markets. Atomy's GSGS strategy, which stands for Global Sourcing Global Sales, allows the supply of products that align with the absolute quality and absolute price philosophy through Atomy's global sales network. Atomy's success system, in which the company runs all seminars, allows any member to succeed regardless of individual ability. This is the driving force behind Atomy's distinctive growth. Success seminars that bridge online and offline realms vividly communicate Atomy's vision to members worldwide, presenting a vision of global success that goes beyond time and space by merging business and culture. The ACT project has been initiated to cultivate global leaders and empower active members around the world. Atomy continues to provide unwavering support for success, including the reopening of Songnisan Forest as a hub for the Atomy brand experience. To achieve absolute quality and absolute price, and to ensure commitment to quality from its partners, Atomy provides various support measures for partnering companies, such as cash payment within 1 week from delivery, interest-free operating fund loans, and joint quality management systems, among others. These create a culture of accompanied growth. Atomy is implementing various policies to ensure sustainable coexistence with the Earth. The company promotes resource recycling and environmental restoration through product renewals aimed at zero plastic initiatives, increasing the use of biodegradable plastics and eco-friendly materials, and introducing smart packaging solutions. Atomy's contributions surpass not only its industry and the distribution sector, but also stand at the top level nationally. Over the past 3 years, the company's donation percentage relative to revenue has been 30 times that of the distribution industry, ranking first among Korea's top 500 companies. As a result, it has earned various government awards and certifications, including the Government Award for Sustainable Management, Good Donor Award, Family Friendly Company, and Great Place to Work Korea. Atomy's culture of sharing has expanded beyond national borders, with the company, members, partner companies, and executives actively engaging in social contribution activities worldwide. The company that holds true to its principles while creating a new distribution culture. The company expanding globally with the trust of people around the world. The company that dreams of customer success while moving beyond customer satisfaction. The company that cherishes the spirit. We are Proud Atomy.
February the 2nd. Yes, we're moving. The second day in February, can you believe it? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Momentum Mornings. This morning, Monday morning, we talk. We have conversations this morning. We talk to each other. We talk with each other. Yes, in this space. It's all about wellness. A great company, Atomy. Welcome all Atomians, veterans, newbies, friends, guests on the call. We welcome you. We invite you at this time. If you are new here, if you are here for the first time, perhaps even the second time, we would invite you to unmute your phone, to introduce yourself, who invited you, and if you are an Atomian and you're new, let us know about your journey. How's it so far? How's it been? The products, the company. Yes, the chairman of this company, it's all about persistence and perseverance. Mr. Kevin Trudeau, our presenter this morning in our motivational session. Language is about persistence. The message is about perseverance and persistence. And a lot of us on the call here this morning, we can testify of persistence and perseverance. So let's take a quick minute and let's invite anyone who is new just to step up and let's shine out this morning. Just unmute and introduce yourself. We would love to hear from you. So we give you a quick minute before we move on. Okay. I want to acknowledge Viv this morning and Valerie, Valderine, Sylvia, good morning to you. Sabrina, Rose, Felipe, Patricia, good morning to you. Hi, Patience. Hi, Maud. Hi, Joseph. Fortune, Damita, you were first on the call. Diamond Master, Marie. Hi, Ruth. Good to see you again. Brenda. 407-914-6704. I wonder who that is. Mr. Guadi, good morning to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Interactive Monday Mornings. Yes, freestyle. We'll talk about it. Any testimonials this morning?
Morning, CJ. Give us time to talk.
That's 6 runs right there. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. All right. We're very democratic around here, so take all the time you need. As a matter of fact, while I give all of us a minute to thaw out, let's do this.
Today
Let's talk
is
about
my
him on him.
first year in Atomy.
Your first year, you said?
Yes, I joined Atomy on February 2nd,
Oh my goodness,
2025. Yeah.
that's awesome. And I can't see who is talking. Who is this?
This is Patience. This is me. My camera is
Patience?
open now. Yeah.
All right. Oh my God.
Can you see me?
Not right now. But I feel so warm right now. Thank you, Patience. And I believe you're going to be shocking us very soon. It's a
I know,
brand
right?
new year. Yes, I believe it's going to happen. We are on a crusade, Patience.
And
And
I
I thank
just
you for
learned something.
yes,
Persistence. So
yes.
this is my my gift for my birthday this year. Persistent.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Stay by the fire, Patience.
Thank you.
Stay
Happy
by the fire.
anniversary. Happy anniversary, Patience.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you so
Wow.
much.
This is good. I love it. Oh my goodness. I feel so warm. You're sharing your this is wonderful. Happy anniversary.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
If you don't
All right.
hear me, I'll be driving.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
leaving home now to work.
You're a little bit low, Patience, but I'm hearing you. And I invite you to bring others along. Invite, invite, invite.
Yeah.
Very soon we're going to be having where are you calling from, patients, by the way?
From Maryland, Columbia,
Maryland.
Maryland. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Great to have you, patients. Happy anniversary.
Thank
Yes,
you.
indeed. Is there anyone else? It might not be an anniversary day for you, but it might be a him or him moment, a green propolis moment. Uh, let's get some testimonials this morning. Happy Monday.
Yes, CJ.
Okay,
Good morning to everyone.
good morning.
My thing is that I've been ordering products for this friend for some time now, and he's
Yes.
so pleased with the results. He loves all of
Oh,
them.
that's
For that
yes.
matter, the dishwashing liquid, vitamin C 2000, and especially the energy drink. How could I forget to mention the lotion as well?
Yes.
He usually purchase these energy drinks in the supermarkets and so on. But then from I introduced him to this one, he stopped purchasing
Very
those.
good.
He's
Very
not
good.
he's well satisfied, honestly, with the products. And
That's all.
and the noni as well. Yeah.
Yes.
He has he's not able to join the call because of his work schedule, but he listens to me and I guide him as much as I can. He's not So he purchases on a monthly basis. I always place the order for him. And what is most important is that he's well satisfied. I spoke with him yesterday, and he was one of the happiest persons in the world, in the whole USA. Okay, CJ, that's my piece for the day. Thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing me to share my little piece.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I tell you, you display a lot of persistence, and I say hats off to you. Hats off.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's do this. If there are no more testimonials right now, let's talk about him or him this morning. The number one product in Atomy, the flagship product. Every 7 seconds, someone somewhere is consuming him or him. Yes, it wakes up the natural killer cells. On Saturday night at 11 o'clock, now over here in Florida, where it was so cold, freezing cold, someone came to my house to gather up whatever for some plants, whatever for someone who is uh, having a struggle with cancer. And I was able at that time to introduce the wonderful standalone flagship product. I was able to offer them a sample or some samples, and they're on their way. Isn't that wonderful? To know that when you are in this thing, sooner or later, God just opens up all the opportunities. They will either be coming to you or you'll be going to them. Guys, it's a crusade. We know what him or him does. Let's not play. And here is the tragedy. I call it a tragedy that Atomy is in the United States of America for 15 years, and America doesn't know about Atomy. America doesn't know about him or him. And I have the testimonials. I have folks who came back from the brink. So, guys, we need to take this thing seriously. So, coming up right now, let's take a minute and play a video about him or him. I will not make the mistake to have folks come on the call this morning, perhaps for the first time, and get off the call and never hear about him or him. That would be tragic. So here we go.
Today's topic is the behind the story of Hemoim. Hemoim is the main flagship of Atomy. Hemoim sales per year is $140 million. It's just made by the very good proportion of Angelica Radix, Chongqing Wejuma, Pioneer Alba. When you take the Hemoim, it will cause your NK cell activate and also the cytokine. It is excellent for immune system. Personally, when I take Hemoim, I feel not tired, and also my BP drop down, and also it remove the toxic from the herbal things. We cannot take the herbal things long because it might damage the kidney. But Hemoim, no problem. Right now in the Philippines, Hemoim 1 box has a 60 sachet, price is 4,300 pesos. We also have many patents all over the world: Korea, Japan, America, Germany, and all European countries. Hemoim was made by the Atomic Energy Research Institute. This is the government. The Hemoim is the title of government project. How can we receive this Hemoim? Let me tell you the behind story of Hemoim. There are around 1,300 brilliant master and doctors in Atomic Energy Research Institute. There are many brilliant people, and also the facility is very good. There are 2 major departments in Atomic Energy Research Institute. First one is the development part. Second one is non-development part. When you think about the atomic, you probably think about the atomic bomb, right? But there are also non-development departments, such as the biotechnology department. Inside the non-development part, there are also many things, such as the agriculture, medicine, industry, and food, etc. Atomic Energy Research Institute, they are just developing atomic energy. They cannot sell the product directly to the customers. They usually sell their technology to the company, and the customers we can receive through the company. They just sometimes sell the one technology to the pharmaceutical company. Even the company, nowadays they are developing even the foods. Of course, they also have their own technology. They can just develop it by themselves. But some technology they also receive from the Atomic Energy Research Institute. Then the big company, they just prepare well and they just sell it to the customers. In this way, customers, we can receive the product. Hemoim is the functional foods. There were almost 1,300 people in Atomic Energy Research Institute. They are very brilliant. There are many masters and doctors. Problem was they opened themselves to the radiation. Our government invests 30 to 40 million pesos to each person in Atomic Energy Research Institute. When the scientists reach 40 years old, they experience agiospermia. 3 to 4 people out of 65 persons, they die early. There was a Jang In-sun scientist. He knew this kind of statistics. Jang In-sun is the one of 100 scientists in the world. After the research, they lose so many brilliant scientists. Our government suggests Atomic Energy Research Institute to develop something for the scientists. The name of Hemoim, actually the project title of government in Korea. Our government invests 250 million pesos for this project and research for 8 years. Atomic Energy, they experience clinical trials for 3 years. The doctors in Atomic, they just roam around in the famous hospital, has something to do with the cancers. They meet the who suffer from terminal cancer. By the way, in our body, even to the younger one and healthier one, we usually have 5,000 to 10,000 cancer cells in the body. If you have a good immune system, no problem. But if you don't have a good immune system, when the cancer cell attached to the certain organ, let's say the livers, you will have a liver cancer, something like that. When you got cancers, doctor usually cure according to the figures of your body. That's because they divided the first cure and second cure, something like that. It depends on your immune system because it will also kill the cancer cell as well as the normal cell. Hemoim already had a patent in Korea. Atomic Energy Research Institute had clinical trials in Atomic Energy Hospital and Baek Hospital and Suncheonhang Hospital in Korea. Those who had terminal cancers. Some group, they give Hemoim, and some group, they didn't give anything. Those who take the Hemoim all increase the immune system. Some of them already free from the cancer. Hemoim is good for the stuffy nose, diabetes, high blood pressures, those who have cancers. All the masters and doctors, they all got shocked. Atomic Energy Research Institute. They developed the proportion of Angelica radix and Chongqing rhizoma and Pioneer alba. First, atomic is good for the immune system. Second, it generates the blood inside the bone marrow. There are three things in the blood. First, white blood cell and red blood cell and platelets. Inside the white blood cell, there are three things: B cell, T cell, and NK cell. B cell has something to do with the bone. T cell is a lymphocyte. B cell and T cell is the immune cells. But these two, B cell and T cell, they cannot distinguish whether this is the cancer or not. That's because cytokine is the one who help B and T cell to distinguish the cancer cells. Cytokine is the one who separate which is the cancer cell or normal cells. When the cytokine tell this is cancer cell, B and T cells will go there and kill the cancer cells. But in NK cells, natural killing cell, without the cytokine, when they see the cancer cell, they will kill immediately. When you take the hemoim, it will generate the NK cell and cytokine. Hemoim is good for the immune system, and also it will generate the blood. It's good for the diabetes, and it's good for those who suffer from the high blood pressures. When they bring this hemoim to Korea Food and Drug Safety so that they can register in government, Food and Drugs, they said, will you register this one for the medicine? But the scientist Jang In-sun, he doesn't want to register as a medicine. Why? When they register hemoim as
Oh, okay. Can you hear me this morning?
We
Yes,
can
we
hear you,
can.
Hello?
CJ.
Yes,
Good
we
morning.
can.
Good morning, everybody.
Okay. So can we have some conversation this morning?
You're breaking up a little bit. Can you repeat that, please?
Can we have some conversation going this morning? It's Freestyle Monday this morning.
Okay. Um, good morning, everybody. Good morning, CJ. We are having a beautiful
Let me
cold
get some.
front, what they call a cold front here. So, buckle up. I want to just piggyback quickly on the on our motivational speaker this morning, Kevin Trudeau.
That's right.
And yeah, to say that, just to share that this man has a lot to do with my going after everything and anything pertaining to my health. He's not only a motivational speaker, he also wrote a book called Natural Cures They Don't Want You to Know About. And I think it must have been maybe about 20 years ago or so that I got into this book. And if you get this book and read this book about what this man wrote, from the pharmaceutical companies to the companies that make our food. I mean, CJ, I learned so much from this man. And then what I liked about it is that of course, he's American, and he was just exposing what is going on behind closed doors in the pharmaceutical industry, what's going on behind closed doors with these food makers. And that's why he wrote this book, that Natural Cures They Don't Want You to know about.
You said the wrong building. You said 4,300.
I'm sorry?
You said 4,900. We need to look at 4,300.
Go ahead, Valerie. You are right.
Valerie?
Yes, sir. Sound like there's something going on in the background.
Actually, I'm on the road. I
Oh,
just
you're
had
on
to
the
jump
road.
out and
Oh, okay.
do a rescue operation. Well, listen, I really, I'm so thrilled. I'm so happy that you have been acquainted with the character Kevin Trudeau. And yes, this gentleman, multi-billionaire, he is the epitome of perseverance and persistence. Went to jail, went to prison 10 years for standing up for truth, for standing up for justice, for coming up against all these fake products. And I really want to invite all of us to find out and do a little bit more research about Kevin Trudeau. He actually has a show. And this gentleman has been fighting the pharmaceutical giants. He's been standing up for for um, for us.
For the right of the
So
people, absolutely.
yes, I encourage every Atomian to do some research into Mr. Trudeau. He really has been fighting for us. The fake foods, all the drugs, things that are affecting all of us.
Yes.
So
And he explained very well why the organics you know, I mean, it's just a great book, but of course these days you can just go online and you can get a lot of information from him. He was just a blessing to me. So I thank you for bringing him up to the family this morning, CJ.
yes,
He's a force to be reckoned with. A great book that he wrote regarding. As a matter of fact, I still have the book. These are one of those books that you just don't get rid of because you always go back for references, etc., etc. But amazing education. And as far as the staying consistent, CJ, I just would like to say, you know, I'm so grateful that the chairman and the CEO of this company is a believer, because what he was saying, it's all in the book of in the Word of God. Consistency, meditation, meditating on the Word of God day and night. It's all in there. So thank you again for sharing Kevin Trudeau, because he said a lot of things there that I'm just like, wow, this is all in the Word, you know. So thank you for allowing me to share my little information about Mr. Trudeau. By the way, when did he come out of jail? When was he finally released?
He was finally released about 2 years ago.
Only 2 years ago?
And he has recently married, and he also has another book.
Yes, he does have another book.
Your Wish is Your Command.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a member of his fan club.
Great. Great. So you see that, I mean, we are really on the right track. So thank you for sharing that, Ms. Brenda. All right, over to you, CJ. Thank you.
that was Brenda just now. Was that you, Brenda?
It was Brenda, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Guys, listen. You know, the message this morning is about persistence. This gentleman lost 10 years of his life innocently, and he's still fighting the establishment. Wow. And Chairman Clark, he is also out there. These guys are true crusaders. They have set a pace, and they are still fighting for us. Just to imagine that all the products, these wellness products, these authentic plant-based products are It's packaged and presented, and all we have to do is to open our mouths. Unbelievable. And I don't think that Kevin knows about Atomy. He couldn't, because it's his mission right now to be about bringing to a hungry audience true, authentic, organic products. That's his life's mission. And here we are, legally permitted to do Atomy. You have your ID number. It's a global business. Every product comes to us so beautifully packaged and presented. Just the other day, I heard a customer talk about the fermented noni. When the noni arrived, the customer was blown away. The packaging, the hemohim. Have you seen the level of thought that is put into the preparation and the delivery, the packaging of the products? Oh yes. So thank you, Valerie. I am pleased, extremely gratified to know that you have already made the acquaintance. I'm inviting the rest of us to read, study, and find out more about Kevin. He's more than just a motivational speaker. He's a researcher. And hats off to you, Brenda. I love it. So let the conversation begin. Let's talk. Let's keep talking.
I delivered my dishwasher to my restaurant on Friday. And yesterday, the lady, no, I'm sorry, not yesterday, Saturday, the lady called me and she was just thrilled, to put it mildly. How I gave her, we have those stainless steel scrubber from Atomy and the sponge. So I gave her the sponge and I gave her the stainless steel scrubber. And of course, she bought the actual dishwasher, she bought that. And well, it's too early, because what I want to hear from her, it's like 3 months from now, about that stainless steel scrubber, because I've never seen anything like that. Guys, it is amazing. So what I usually do, I give it as a sample because it's inexpensive. But the lady was just like, wow, what kind of a scrubber is this? She's talking about the stainless steel and the sponge. But it's since she used it, I believe, Friday, when she shut down the restaurant, and Saturday all day. And she already said a few good words about the dishwashing detergent and how amazing the scrubbers were. So that's my testimony as far as the product is concerned. So I'm thrilled, because she'll definitely become a customer just to get the dishwasher as a start. And hopefully she will continue to purchase other items. Thank you. CJ, you are muted.
Thank you, Valerie. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Yes.
My addition to what Valerie said is I had forgotten to mention that I have both this scrubber and this sponge, and they're excellent products. I would really recommend them.
That's right.
They are amazing. But
Yes,
what's
they
great
are.
about the stainless steel though, I'm like, when are you going to get, old? I've been using mine for almost 9 months now. And I'm still
Yeah.
using this. Yes. Yeah.
I've just gotten mine. It's really a wonderful product.
It is a wonderful product.
Yes,
Yes.
it definitely is.
Yes. So, Mr. What is the gentleman's name again? From Seattle. I think he's on the call.
You mean Kevin
Benjamin.
Trudeau?
Yes,
Oh,
no,
Benjamin.
Benjamin. Remember Benjamin was saying how the Lord directed him to restaurants about the dishwashing detergent? Benjamin, you want to throw in that scrubber and the sponge and the stainless steel to your customers, and they're going to really appreciate it, because this lady said, she said, it hasn't been a week, but I've never used a scrubber or a sponge this effective. And now you remember, now she's running a restaurant, so she's washing pots and pans and all these things that may have grease on them, and she was really just raving. So I'm excited about that, Benjamin. So let's go.
Okay, yeah, I will get the scrubber and that going. Yes, let's go.
Good morning, everyone. Mr. CJ, is it a good time for me to give that little testimony?
Yes, you could go ahead. Absolutely. It's Freestyle Monday. Please go ahead.
Monday? Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Joy Butts. Well, one day a guy called me and asked me about the Him. He said this lady is diabetic and her toes are rotting. And if I can get some Him to her, or ask me if I think the Him would help her. So I said, yeah, it can help her. So he said, okay. By this time, I don't know, I think I gave this testimony before, but I just want to give it again. And I'd send some pictures to Mr. CJ for y'all to see this lady's toes. But anyway, she lives in Suriname, and I don't know if anybody know where Suriname is. But Suriname is close to Guyana, French Guyana. It's a Dutch country. And so she came to Guyana to find a bush doctor to look after her foot because it was so bad. When she left the bush doctor, the foot was even worse. So she decided to get the Him. So I told the guy to tell her to drink some and then take some and rub on the wound, on the toes. When she started, the toes, it started to dry up. But according to her, she didn't understand, what was going on. So she decided to stop using the Him. But a week or so later, she went back on the Him, started drinking, started putting it on her toes. And my fellow Atomians, it's for me to tell you the story, but you've got to see the before and after picture of this lady just using the Him and rubbing it on her toes and drinking as she went along. So I just want to tell everyone, even though people may tell us no, let's continue sharing. I met someone a few days ago, and I was telling him about the products and everything else. And he said to me, I want the Him. I want to buy the Him, but I don't have products here. So, and that's one of my fallback, because when people ask for stuff, they want it right away. Most times they don't want to wait until you order it and then bring it. So make sure you have your products on hand so that when somebody says yes, you have it to give them. But I'll still order it for him and hopefully, it's not too late. But I just want to give this testimony to you all. And during my during my years in Atomy, I have so many testimonies, so many. But thank you all for listening, and let's keep going with Atomy. We cannot go wrong. We cannot go wrong. And Mr. CJ, do you know that was it Shilajit or whatever it is?
Yes, 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 yes.
It's in Guyana, but not from Atomy.
You're kidding me.
They have that product. That product is coming in from India like water in Guyana.
What?
So, oh my goodness. So that's all, folks. Thank you
Wow.
for listening. Yes.
Thank you for sharing. Miss
My
Sunshine.
pleasure.
All the way from Guyana. What's the weather like in Guyana, Joy?
What's it like? The weather?
Yes. Yes, it's cold
Like
over here
Jamaica?
in
It's
Florida.
beautiful. Oh, you know what? I was
Right.
supposed to be in the US. And when I heard on somebody snow, I said
Okay.
no. Let me
Okay.
wait. Let me wait. Beautiful. The weather is, we get a little rain, now and again, but I don't know if it's the Canadian cold front is coming in, but it's nice and
Yes.
cool. It's really nice.
Oh,
So
okay.
yes.
Okay.
You
Okay.
have to come to Guyana one day, CJ. Come and see Guyana. It's
Absolutely.
beautiful. It's
Yes.
it's getting like Dubai. It's getting like Dubai by the minute.
Yes.
So you gotta come see it.
Okay. Well, I tell you what we'll do. On the way back from South Korea in October, we'll stop by and we'll have a atomy party. How about that?
Yes, sir.
That would be nice. Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
What
Yes.
a good idea.
Okay. So yeah, I enjoy that testimony, and what I'm going to do is to post the pictures that you sent to me over in the Momentum Morning chat, so we can all see that it's really
Yes, please
authentic.
do. And people, and the thing is, when you get it, you can share. You can share it,
Yes,
share with people and show them what the him does
I
for
sure will.
people. It's it's
I
it's
sure will.
amazing how that him cured that woman's foot. It's amazing. I'm telling you.
You know, the other day I saw this kind of something flaky on the side of my foot, and I just decided to just rub the hem of him on it, and my feet, they're looking so beautiful. Yes. So we're gonna take one more testimonial, and I'm gonna make way for this Diamond Master. I think he's from Singapore or is it the Philippines. We're gonna have a quick talk about the green propolis spray. With the weather being the way it is right now, it's uh, it's the kind of weather that can knock some of us down. So the propolis spray, there's so much wonderful testimonies about the propolis spray. I have to feature that as our bonus product this morning in the chat as we have our freestyle Monday. So if I'm gonna have one more testimonial, one more story, and then we'll take a quick look at the green propolis spray. Here we go.
Sorry, CJ, there's a question for Ms. Joy on the chat, and the person is asking how many hemohim did that person take per day and for how long?
Yeah, good question.
Okay. I told her to take. I told them to let her take two, one in the morning and one in the evening, and then rub whatever it is on her feet. And I I can't remember exactly, but I don't think it was more than a week or two before her feet, start getting better. But I will find out and come back and let you know. Okay?
Okay. So let's talk about the green propolis spray. And for those of us who don't have it in the toolkit, let's get it. In this kind of weather, from Florida going all the way up north, you need to have that green propolis spray nearby. Here we go.
Imagine making $453,000 in a single month as an affiliate marketer without relying on Google, Facebook, or...
Now, this is the almighty or the very effective, also
There's
another
something you have to close on your
absolute quality, absolute price. I'll give you guys the rundown on the PVs and all that at the end of my talk, okay? The Atomy Green Propolis Spray. Now, as you guys know, propolis is an enzyme created by the honeybees during the manufacture of during the construction and manufacture and the continuous maintenance of the hive, the beehive. And as you all are aware of, there is no use by date where propolis is concerned. In other words, honey as a product, as a food product as well as a shelf product, has no expiry date. If anybody tells you there's an expiry date, it's only for technical reasons. The real truth of the matter is, as far as I know, I read that one of the Egyptian mummies' tomb was opened, and they found a jar of honey, which was about more than 6,000 years old. It was in the BC period, and they, well, there must be a brave, archaeologist or whoever, tasted the honey, and it was still as good as the day it was harvested. Okay, so as you can see at the bottom there is a health food, and it's a beehive extract, okay? I'm not too cluey too much about their processes, but I do know for a fact that Atomy has a lot of technology backing them up as far as the production of all these products due to the very good auspices of KAIRI, Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute, and joint ventured with Colma, a very big American pharmaceutical and beauty and health, I should say, company worldwide. They have more than 7 or 8 branches and manufacturing facilities. And therefore, you can be rest assured that you are in very good hands when you use this product. I have used this product for quite a while now. And like I said, since last winter, it has been great. It has prevented me from sneezing, coughing, and having the bout of flu. Now, take it with a pinch of salt. Don't blame me if you don't have the same effect, because I'm different from you guys, all right? It's all different for different people, but that's my personal experience and my testimony. Now, what is the efficacy of propolis? Well, propolis, as far as Mother Nature is concerned, uses the bee to keep it sterile and clean. It's antibacterial, okay? Antibacterial. And therefore, it contributes to oral antibacterial purposes when we spray it into the mouth. So this is how the bee does produce by nature propolis in a encapsulated form. It is plant sap and plus the pollen that the bee actually harvests, mixed with the bee's saliva, creates an enzyme by the process of enzymes and other secretions through its, the bee's work, produces propolis, which has very high levels of antibacterial action. And there are various grades attached to these antibacterial properties of honey. Now, briefly, you can understand that most of our medical terms and words are actually formed from Greek words or Latin words. And pro means before, and polis means the city, as you know, metropolis and so on. It's actually a Greek word. So they use it to mean to guard the entire city, and therefore it means that you block foreign dangers and guard the city. So it means that bees actually collect this amount with their own saliva enzymes from various plants to keep the honeycomb sterile and clean to prevent invasion by external virus. And now you guys know, and I also learned this just recently. To be honest, I'm no bee expert, though I have dealt with beekeepers in my lifetime, as recent as last year or the year before COVID. And I was going through a very interesting period of my life. Yes, that's what it does. Okay. Next. Included in this spray, they added in 0.8 milligrams of flavonoids.
Yes.
And then you can see for yourself that flavonoids actually regulates cellular activity, and it fights off free radicals. I think Steffi would know this more than I would, actually. She seems to be in the industry, health industry. I think she gave us a very good talk, by the way, guys. You know, you guys missed a good meeting last week if you didn't hear all about spirulina. Anyway, that's by the by. And so, you know, to put it simply, you know, it helps your body function more efficiently while protecting it against everyday toxins and stressors. Okay, so they are antioxidant agents as well. So what is AMR? AMR is a term that is used to describe, you know, the microorganisms that are in your teeth and periodontal diseases that occur in one's mouth. All right, and therefore, you know, we all know the pain. And in fact, Mr. MC Guillermo can be a living testimony of how good the property of propolis is, because he's the beneficiary of one of its good benefits, right, Guillermo? So, okay.
Exactly, yes.
Yes, I know. I love your twang and your accent when you describe how great it was in your speech, in your presentation on the one-day seminar. That was great, right? So this bee jelly actually comes off. In order to obtain the propolis, they have to start off with the bee jelly, and it is Atomi's GSGS policy, and they obtain it from Brazil. So not only coffee, also propolis. Now you can read for yourself that the Brazilian government is very protective of the high standards, the similar thing that Australia practices in terms of its wine quality, right, to maintain the standard. And therefore, Brazil's beehive manufacturing and extraction enterprises must obtain that special permit granted by the government of Brazil, and also HACCP classifications, which is all controlled by the government, and therefore there was no hokey pokey going on as far as that's concerned. All right, you guys can be rest assured. You know, once again, I must repeat like a broken record. Anything to do with Atomy is always, you know, absolute quality, absolute price. All right. And this is where maybe one of these days we are fortunate enough when we get rid of COVID, our friend COVID, whom we are all shunning. This is how it gets, you know, from that area in Brazil. Minas Gerais, Guillermo can correct me if I pronounce it wrong, in Sao Paulo, and it comes off from the Bacchus chrysanthemum trees, and this is where it grows prolifically. And then the wild bees go and do their job, as you know, collect all the, you know, things that goes on in their natural life, and they actually, you know, the researchers in Brazil has done a lot of work, you know, in this regard, and therefore we, humanity, has benefited from all these things, with the Japanese inputting a lot of research, you know, and I can say that when they mention ethylene C is an ingredient, okay, which is a kind of flavonoid. All right, and it does not present itself from other regions except only from here. So there you go. Just reinforces the fact that, you know, global sourcing, global sales, GSGS policy is working fine. They pick the best. not something and not synthetic. It's
Yeah, please.
natural. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Most of Artemis products have no chemicals, no poisonous chemicals. They are actually botanical, plant-based, or natural. There you go. Beautiful. I hope I've given you guys enough information about various components that is made up. Here is done with great credit to my partner Pauline, who has actually done all the legwork whilst I was busy harvesting at the salt mines, harvesting some income to supplement you know, our lifestyle. So here you go. You can understand from there that since 1982, the Brazilian government has done all these things below, you know, done a lot of things and work, and they do a job, undoubtedly. And this is how we use it. Open your mouth, spray directly into the back of your throat, and you can use it anytime. Quite handy packaging, and very, very, very good. I'll give you guys a bit of time to read that it can also apply externally. See, just now I showed you my burn wounds, and that is for that. It helps to heal the wound. If somehow or other, I noticed that when you spray it on your wound, it doesn't burn, it doesn't hurt, it doesn't sting that much. And thereafter, when it dries up a little bit, it's got a firmly, like a kind of coating, so it prevents it from going bad. And there you go. It also helps with mouth ulcers. And it's actually quite a refreshing taste. In its natural form, it's a bit bitter, but they have actually added in mint and menthol just to refresh the mouth. And then you won't find it objectionable, trust me. Trust me, famous last words. And this is exactly the amount of how much Ertapeline C is used. 470 milligrams out of a gram of raw material are used. So here we go. Okay, I give you guys time to read that. Oops. All right, I will not delay any further. I think if you guys want more information, and by the way, yes, this is the spec sheet, how it's being delivered to us. It is 3 bottles, 90 ml each, 30 ml per cartridge, and it comes in 3, in a set of 3 in a box. And you know, those are the ingredients. As you know, that Atomy does not hide its ingredients. It actually very, very transparent and very open. And they suggest twice a day, 4 sprays each time. You squirt 4 times into your mouth. And to be honest, I do it about that you know, that kind of amount of cycle. But when I have a very ticklish throat, I do spray a bit more. Okay, and this is very, very convenient. It goes into your hip pocket or your little purse or handbag or in the car, you know, in your glove compartment. No hassles whatsoever. And it's quite relatively inexpensive. Now, coming back to the price, you get, just bear with me, sorry. I'll have to, yes, for this, you get 6,500 PVs, and you have to order this from Korea. This is not available locally in Australia at the moment. It's coming or should be coming or whatever in the future. I cannot predict that. And you have to see your leaders in order to order this. Now this this is you know, sort of what these users are for. And these are only suggestions, all right? Take note of that remark there, including burns. I can attest to the fact that it is really good. And our MC tonight, Guillermo, my friend, you can actually, you know, attest to the gum problem and teeth and all that kind of stuff. Okay, but there are some special warnings that, you know, you have to actually be very careful when you apply to the skin. You do not go spray it just because I said so. Please test it yourself with a bit of judicious thinking, action. And if you're allergic to bees and bee products, obviously you keep away from this because you definitely, you can't handle propolis at all. Okay. And also take note that sometimes there's some sedimentation in the bottle, that a little bit of pieces will be coming into this. And also pregnant and breastfeeding women should also consult your doctor. These are natural, normal precautions and warnings that we do issue for any of these products that are partially medicine.
Okay, I'll just stop it right there, because essentially all we need to know about the green propolis spray, we were just told. Lots of us on the call this morning never knew, never heard about Hemohim. Now we know. A lot of us on the call this morning have never heard about the green propolis spray. Now we know. I highly recommend, I highly suggest that every single one of us on the call this morning, whether or not you are an Atomian, whether you are a distributor, you're a guest on the call, you're a friend on the call, whatever it is, you need to get yourself the green propolis spray. Keep it in your car, in your handbag, in your pouch, in your sack. This thing is powerful. The minute you sneeze, the minute you sense or feel that something is coming on, you spray. Spray in the mouth, in the nostril, in the bathroom. You're going on a long trip. You're going to be around a lot of people. Weird stuff. Things happen these days. You keep that propolis spray. You go into a bathroom, it doesn't smell right. You have your propolis spray. You go, you're in the aircraft and the people are all gathered around you. Weird spaces, weird places. Your green propolis spray. It's all about the propolis from the bee. Powerful stuff. Another time we'll talk about the Manuka honey. So the propolis comes to us from the rainforest of Brazil. The Manuka honey comes to us all the way from Australia, New Zealand. There's a plant, the Manuka plant, and that is powerful stuff. Even cancer, the Manuka honey does something. Skin, eyes, hair, the Manuka honey. Well, that's all we have time for today. And as far as Mr. Kevin Trudeau is concerned, every one of us, could you just take a minute and Google him? There are some books out there about Mr. Trudeau. He has done a tremendous job of standing up and fighting the system. Yeah, he actually went to prison for 10 years. Yeah, because he's pushing back against all the fake drugs, the counterfeit drugs, the Food and Drug Administration. They took him to task. And he's out, and he's fighting for us. He's about what we are about. He is a true crusader. So folks, that's it for today. We'll be here again tomorrow morning, 9:45, pre-game, 10 o'clock showtime. So make it a date. Don't be late. Coming up on the 22nd of February, note the date. It's 22nd of February. We are going to be having down here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We are having a special event. It's a Success Academy. Get the word out. You want to invite folks if you're in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, and closer environs. You want to be there at that event. It's going to be great. Florence will be there, and a lot of the leaders will be there. So make sure that if you're in Florida, you show up at that event. I'll be posting the flyer in the chat later. So guys, 2 in 24, go out, be a crusader, make it happen. We're here tomorrow morning, 9:45, pre-game, 10 o'clock, showtime. Aja, Aja, Aja.
I'm just gonna
introduce you. You take it from there.
Aja.
Aja,
See you all.
Aja,
Bye.
thank you.
Aja, thank you.
Aja,
You have a great